Hi, everybody. It's me, Dr. Michelle, and I am starting something different. As you all know, I am a 11-time best-selling author, and with all of my books and all the book projects that I've been on, this book, my latest book, is something different because it is not only it was different for me to write the book, but the output and the information from the book is actually different. This book is written more as a resource guide. It's one of those guides that, as you are growing through your entrepreneur journey as a woman, this book will help guide you through some things to think about, some actions to take, and some stories to relate to what you're going through at that phase. The book is called Building While Broken, Today's Woman's Guide to Building Her Empire while overcoming a lifetime of setbacks. And if you join me on our peer group launch session, then you learn that I wrote this book. I started this project last year, and this year, early on this year, I hit um, what I would describe probably one of the lowest points of my life. I hit a space of grief from the loss of my son that I thought I had gone through. I thought I had overcome. And I went through a few months, 4 or 5 months of progressively degressing um, in my life with my business. A lot of things I had to cancel, I had to quit because I couldn't get out the bed. And I tell you this because I want you to understand that in this entrepreneur journey, um, there are going to be times that you're going to have some setbacks. Some of them you see coming, a lot of them you won't see coming. And the triggers that brought this on was nothing big, it was nothing different. It just opened up my my life into a space of grief and despair. And that grief and despair was not just an emotional feeling, it was physical, it was mental, on top of the emotion. And when you're running a business, it's really hard to just time out everything, right? Because you have people that work for you, you have projects that you have to deliver, you have expectations, you got bills to pay. Um, and so it was really interesting for me to try to navigate through these setbacks. See, there's one thing with setbacks. Today was a bad day, so tomorrow I'm gonna try to do better. A lot of people with affirmations and encouragement, they talk about that. You look forward to the next day. But we rarely talk about the despair. We rarely talk about when you have no other resources, you don't know when the next dollar is coming from. Your phone is ringing off the hook. Emails are full of, your credit cards are maxed out. Your bank accounts are empty. You feel hopeless. You feel like that there's nowhere to turn. Well, I'm doing this different because as I went through my space and feeling like, as an expert, my first feeling, transparency, was, who do I tell what I'm going through? How do I do this? And how do I talk about this without people losing confidence in me? I'm here to teach you how to manage your business, how to grow your business. But I'm sitting in a space now that I'm losing everything. So how do I talk about that? And what do I tell my team? And what do I tell my family? And so that gave me a lot of insight of how to continue to build, because that's where we're at. This is my vision. This is my dream. I can't quit on it. I want to quit on it, but I can't. So what do we do? And so instead of just encouraging you to buy the book, I want to make sure that I give you excerpts of this book so you'll know what you're getting. The book in itself is the first portion of your toolkit. The book is a resource guide full of different aspects that you're going to experience and solutions to help you, not band-aids. We're no longer in the space, ladies, that we have the luxury to band-aid everything. We're no longer in the moments of our business journey that we have the luxury to pretend like it's not happening, because there's a lot on the line, right? So this is for that woman entrepreneur that is in the middle of her scaling. This is for that woman entrepreneur who has invested everything that she's gotten into this vision, this dream. And right now you're at the cusp of trying to figure out whether you need to give up or how do you keep going. This is for that woman who is sitting online right now looking at payday loans and 375% interest type of quick loans because you're trying to make it over the hump. Well, we're going to go through these obstacles and these setbacks, ladies. We're going to go through them in a smart way. We're going to learn how to emotionally and mentally process where you're at and clear that clutter so that you can make better and more business driven decisions about the directions that you need to take on. Deal? Okay. So today, day 3, I said that for the next 31 days, my attempt is that every day that I'm going to give you a new excerpt and something else new for you to think about. Now, give me grace if I miss a day. I'm just saying, I'm human. I got a lot going on, but this is my challenge and my goals for myself. And I'm committed to this because I'm committed to you. So let's talk about today. Today, we're going to talk about why did I focus in on brokenness? And I want to address my fellas. I want you to understand that I didn't write this book strictly for women because I'm a feminist or I'm hating men or I don't want to deal with men or anything. But I needed to write from a perspective of something that I knew. I needed to write from information that's not readily out there, from life experiences that I, at the time when I created this project, I didn't know I was going to go through that. I didn't know that I was going to hit rock bottom in the process of creating a project to teach you how not to hit rock bottom. Look at the irony of it. So I have some projects out there that speak to male entrepreneurs and female entrepreneurs, but this one specifically is for my ladies because there's a lot of information out there right now. And there are a lot of predatory information promises that people are putting out there that's especially targeting women because they play on our emotions, right? And so I want to cut through all that. We're going to have some emotions in this, but I need you to be able to place those emotions in the right space so that your business doesn't suffer because of information overload or information confusion. So let's talk about why I want to focus in on brokenness. By embracing our and healing our brokenness, we can unlock our full potential, live authentically, and create a positive, lasting impact on our lives and the lives of others. And oftentimes when we get into business, we're thinking about our target audience, we're thinking about our family, we're thinking about our legacy, we're thinking about ourselves and the people that's in our ecosystem that we want to help. But here's what we need to really drill down and focus in on. If you're broken, if you're carrying insecurities, if you're carrying self-doubt, then no matter how great and how many followers you have out there, you're not going to be able to deliver to them authenticity because it's coming from a place of hurt. And so when you hear things like people tell you that you got to push through, or you listen to other people out there talking about how perfect everything is and how great everything is, it adds more insecurity into you because you're feeling like, well, why isn't that my story? Why doesn't my journey look like that? Why isn't my thing perfect? And I'm here to tell you that every human being has setbacks. Every person experiences pain and doubt and trauma, how we deal with them is unique to us. But I'm sorry, let me turn y'all know my phone. Y'all know these phones. Every time I get on something live, somebody's gonna call. But it's how we process through. So what aspects of brokenness are we going to be dealing with in building while broken? The first thing that we're going to talk about is healing and personal growth. Confronting and acknowledging our brokenness helps us to understand and accept our past, which is crucial for personal growth. It also allows us to heal from past traumas and emotional wounds, which is necessary to move forward without unresolved issues. That's the key that I want you to hear, ladies. It's unresolved issues. It's the unspoken things. It's the things and the secrets that you've carried. It's the pain and the doubt that you wonder. It's the questions that you don't have a safe space to ask those questions. We got to face it. I had to sit in mine. I had to watch things that I felt like my whole life was imploding all around me, but I had to sit in that space and I had to really dissect what I actually was feeling and where was it coming from and why now. So we got to deal with that. The second thing that we're going to talk about in the book and deal with is building the resilience and the strength that you need in a healthy way. I'm going to say that again. We're going to talk in this book about how to build the resilience and the strength that you need, but in a healthy way. Y'all heard it. Everybody wants to add these titles onto women, especially Black women. Oh, she's a strong Black woman, and she's this and she's that, and oh, she doesn't ever seem like anything bothers her or whatever. Well, when you sit in a space that you keep hearing that, it creates a silo effect within you. Let's talk about success. If the people around you are looking at you and viewing you as a successful person and they think that your life is perfect, you got it going on, y'all done heard it. You heard it, girl. You don't feel the things that I feel because you got the big house, you got the car, you got the husband, you got the kids, you got everything, because everybody's looking at things from the outside. But what they're not understanding is that's putting you in a headspace that even when things begin to fall apart, you feel obligated to continue to look like that. How do I know that? Because I went through the first thing. That was the first thought. So how am I going to show up and keep showing up and not let anybody know and see the tears and clean this up and still sound like I know what I'm doing or whatever? And it was so exhausting. If you are a follower of mine, if you rock with me, I need you to be with me, not because you know what you think that I have, or you're following me because you feel like that I'm going to get you the money that you want. I want you to follow me because you understand that I'm always going to give you the real. I'm going to give you the good, the bad, and the ugly. And I start with me first. I don't talk about other people. I start with me first. And within that vulnerability, within that transparency, are there going to be people that's going to take this information and try to chop it up and make memes out of it and do whatever? Absolutely. But I've already gone through that healing now. I've already gone through that space. I'm ready for it. Because there's a woman out there, there's women out there, there's thousands of women out there that won't do that. There are thousands of followers out there that's really waiting on somebody to come and have this type of conversation. There are people out there that are doing the best that they can. And yes, I may be successful in one area, but there's an aspect of my life I hadn't dealt with yet. So we're going to talk about how you get that resilience and that strength and overcome some of the past trauma that you've never even talked about. Some of us have spouses that don't know any of the things that we've ever been through because we haven't felt safe to have those conversations. We're going to get there. But we're going to learn how to do it in a healthy way because some of those conversations may not be for your spouse. Some of those conversations may not be for your good girlfriend. Some of those conversations may be for a professional to help you air that out, make peace with it, and find the normal you that feels good to you, a healthy way. Number three, we're going to improve the mental and emotional well-being of ourselves. Your brain is one of the most powerful tools that you own. And your brain, until the day that you stop breathing, continues to adapt, continues to grow and learn. It learns from what you see, from what you hear, what you feel, and what you experience. And so by reducing stress and anxiety, we can better focus on the needs of our businesses. Carrying unresolved issues can lead to chronic stress and anxiety. Addressing and resolving these issues help to reduce mental and emotional strain. We're going to learn how to do this so that it doesn't create. You ever thought about, like, I don't know about you guys, but you ever get in a space that is like, that's Pandora's box. If I start to unpack that, I don't know if I'm going to be able to come out on the other side of it. I'm not going to be able to come through that. Well, we're going to show you that you can. But not only that you can, that you will, and how to do that. That's what this book is going to do. Number 4, we are going to really get you used to fostering authenticity and true self-expression. Now, this was really big for me because I thought that I needed to show up the way that everybody else was showing up in order for me to get the followers and get the people to listen to me. And I quickly had to realize that's not me. This is me. This is who I am. If you meet me on the street or you meet me on the stage, if you meet me wherever, my expertise is my expertise. If you don't like my hair, I don't know what to tell you. If you don't like my makeup, I don't know what to tell you. This is just me, and I'm getting in that space. Notice that I said getting. I'm getting in that space that I am loving going live now. It used to terrify me. But I had to learn how to foster my own authenticity and be able to embrace the way that I self-express, how I talk about business, how I navigate all of the multiple business. Because what you can take a lot of things, you can talk about my hair, you can talk about my clothes, you can talk about a lot of things, but what you can't talk about is the success that I build within businesses. So I stand on that. I'm never going to give you the trend, the fad, the information that's going to get you rich quick. That's not my thing. If that's what you need, then following me is not going to help you. If you're looking for longevity, if you're looking for mature businesses and to overcome the high rate of failures, I'm your girl. Number 5, we're going to cover enhancing productivity and creativity. Because here's what happens with your mind. And I should have said this in the beginning, but this book approaches everything from neuroscience. This is not opinion based. This is not sitting around here trying to just throw some things at you or put some words in the book. But you know, I had somebody to tell us there are people out there that will teach you that in your book, doesn't matter what you write in it. That's just your vessel for you to get out there and become popular. If you heard that, if that's the practice that you follow, please don't do that. People are smarter than that. How you put yourself out there and the brand and the information that you put out there, especially if it's something tangible like a book, that will follow you in your career for the rest of your life. So if you're putting mess out there, that's what you're going to be tagged to look at. Don't do that. That's not what we do because we're experts and we're exceptional women. So we don't do things like that. But we're going to teach you how, if you begin to get your brain to unload some of the burdens of all of the things that you're carrying right now, the mental stress, the anxiety, the insecurities, the baggage from life, as we begin to teach you how to not only address it and deal with it, but to overcome it, then we show you how that clarity helps you to enhance the productivity and the creativity within your own business. All of us are in industries. So the industries don't really shift and change. What you want to do is find the unique qualifier that you have, that you bring to your business, that separates you from the next person that's doing the same very thing that you're doing. If we want to sit here, the chances of you launching something that hasn't been put out there or someone isn't already talking about and doing is very rare in this global technical world right now. Businesses are launching every minute. Ideas and concepts, especially now that we have AI and we have all this new technology to help us, even things that you're thinking of as you're trying to build it and put it together, somebody else has the resources to put it out there today. But if you sit in that and allow that to make you feel intimidated and make you feel like, well, now somebody else has launched it first, I can't do it, then you're selling yourself short. There is a way for you to be productive and also creative and reach your target audience, even in a saturated market. And so we're going to talk about that. And 6, we're going to talk about how we create a global and economic positive impact for women abroad. Because whether you decide that you want to have children or you have other generations or you're just doing it for yourself, everything that each one of us does, whether you think that you're small, whether you think that the things that you're putting out there is just overlooked, everything that every woman puts out there impacts us on a global scale. If we want lenders to begin to take us seriously, then we have to begin to show that we have longevity in our business practices. If we want to be able to win these pitch competitions and get the funds that we need for our businesses, then first we have to understand if a pitch competition is right for us. The second thing that we have to recognize is we have to know our numbers. You got to know them numbers right off the bat. If you're in the line of Kroger's and somebody asks you what the bottom line is for your business, you should be able to roll that off as you are scanning the Fruit Loops. I'm just saying. So we got to get there, because I need you guys to start to think of yourself on a global scale. What you do, how you do, whether it's social media, whether it's public, whether it's private, in the back rooms, if it's predatory, if it's honest, whatever you do as a woman, we are under a microscope right now. And so lenders and banks and anybody, the partnerships and all of those sponsorships and things that you're looking for, guess what they're going to migrate to? They're going to find what the biggest information that's out there. And right now, it's showing us all wrong. So together, we have to figure out how we change that mindset, how we show up differently, how we stand together, how we show the world that this is not hobbies for us. This is not something we just woke up and decided that we wanted to do. We show them that we can run a tech company. We can run a finance company. We can run anything else that any other gender out there can run. Don't look at me and don't narrow me down and don't reduce me because of my body parts. I'm just as powerful and just as strong in business. But in the same token, we also have to teach each other how to receive each other. Not every woman is going to look the same. Not every woman is going to speak the same. Not every woman is going to be able to approach things the same way. I remember throughout my corporate career, there were so many women that would get so mad at me because business is business for me. Now, personally, I'll give you the shirt off my back. But when it comes down to performance in business, baby, you're going to have to perform. And I can't tell you how many people have told me that I forgot that I was Black and forgot that I was a woman. No, baby, every day that I wake up and I look in the mirror, and there's never been a time I've been shocked. Like, I am Black? I'm a woman? Never. I know it. But because I'm a direct line of communicator and I'm really into my business thing, it got me in a lot of trouble because I didn't look the way that people wanted me to look. I didn't talk the way that people wanted me to talk. And I'm gonna just tell y'all, if y'all don't know me, I try to put a great face on, but confessions, I cuss a lot. I do. Jesus is working on me with it. But I came up in all these male-dominated industries in sports and entertainment and casino and whatever, and you had to rock with them folks the way that how they presented. You had to present the same thing. Can't be the weeping willow. So that's just me. But that doesn't mean that that's how you have to be and that's how you have to do. But there are some tables that I sit at that I got to show you that I can be just as strong as you are. So we're going to teach you how to understand how to deliver and be about what you are and who you are authentically and creatively, so that we can change the global impact that we're having on women and the young girls and the future generations. And seven, which is the last one, is we're going to strive to achieve long-term success along with a lifetime of fulfillment. You got to get in the space, ladies, that whether anybody else feel like that you deserve to be happy, anybody else believe in the fact that you deserve to be successful, you got to sit in that, you got to own that, and you got to feel good about it. But that's a process. That's a process to get there. We can front. Every time we record, we can stand out there and say those things don't bother us. We can sit there. It's when you in the dark of the night that the truth comes out. You could be the strongest person in the world. I am not a weeping willow. I've never been a weeping willow. But some stuff hit me that I never expected, and I didn't think I was going to survive. But thank God I'm here to talk to you about it. And I'm going to tell it all, and I'm going to talk you through it, because if I can do it, you can do it too. That's our time for today. We talked about why it's important for us to address brokenness. And so I want you to get your copy of Building While Broken, today's woman's guide to building her empire while overcoming a lifetime of setbacks. Even if you feel like that you're good right now, this prepares you for when you're not good. And not only does the book come with the book, there are 5 resource guides that accompany the book that will help you to dissect the information that's in the book. Remember, it's a research book. So this is not a novel. This is not your good read. This is something that's going to stimulate your mind and get you to think about things a lot different. I'll see you on tomorrow. And listen, we're going to navigate through this together. I want you also, you can join our peer group, which is a safe space where women executives, women professionals join our peer group. And every single month, we have new resources, we have new tools, and we're going to talk through this book. I'll see you tomorrow.